So as all we know, also mentioned in speeches of Mr. David Morrison and Dr. Mark Dranstott, we all know that we are living in the changing world of the new era of 21st century. So if no matter you want it or you don't want it, the world is still changing. So however, the world is changing. It's not changing itself. It generates both opportunities and challenges. So in terms of opportunities, we have a lot of opportunities thanks to the new technological developments in many areas like transportation or biology or in other areas, especially in transportation. If now, if you are Singaporean, a man or woman, you fly to Vietnam and you can have breakfast in Singapore and then have lunch and meeting like today's meeting in Hanoi, Vietnam or Ho Chi Minh City, and then you can fly back to Singapore and have dinner with your family. So transportation development makes the world a lot of changes. So the world changes. So we have a lot of opportunities in this regard. And also on the other hand, we also have challenges or risk associated with a kind of how can I say, economic risk, like many people would talk about economic crisis or finance crisis we are facing nowadays, and some would talk about the natural or environmental or social risk, like the gap between the poor and the rich. Now they create a lot of social issues and problems and things like that, and also environmental risk like disasters like mudsliding or typhoon or climate change and things like that. So in fact, we are living in changing world, and because of that, we are facing both opportunities and challenges. So now, how the question is now is that how we would overcome the challenges and capitalize on the opportunities we are facing nowadays. According to many academic people, and I think that all of you here, you can agree with me that cooperation, networking, and partnership would be the key for us to overcome challenges and also capitalize on the opportunities we now we have. So as far as the cooperation is concerned, I guess that the ASEAN, besides NAFTA, North American Free Trade Area, and also EU Free Trade Area, and things like that, is a model of developments. So as far as cooperation is concerned, I guess that is private and public cooperation, partnership would be the key for us to move things forward. So as far as the partnership and private partnership, public-private and partnership cooperation, and ASEAN BAC is the mechanism for ASEAN leaders and also ASEAN business community to move PPP or our cooperation forward. For the information is that the ASEAN BAC is established by the ASEAN leaders, and we are nominated by government leaders of ASEAN. So now, this year, 2010, Vietnam, we are chairing ASEAN BIS. So that's why me, myself, on behalf of Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is the biggest trade and investment promotion organization in Vietnam. We are chairing also ASEAN BAC. And for the information, I would like to share with you some information like Dr. Mark sorry about that, has mentioned that next month we are going to organize ASEAN BIS, ASEAN Business Summit in Vietnam, from 26 to 28 October in Hanoi. So I will extend our invitation to all you participating in this room to come to Vietnam at the time, and we talk about how we can cooperate and move ASEAN forwards. And now, the question is that cooperation is very important for us, but how we could make our cooperation forward? I guess that is the innovation and initiative in our community is very important. So that's why I'm very, very happy to participate in the Humor Well Awareness event in Singapore today, and also I look forward to a strong and vital partnership with GCEL. And as you may know that recently the GCEL delegation, we shared their Humor Well initiative with the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, which I have the honor of chairing. And the initiative met with much support from our members. I mean the ASEAN BAC Advisory Council. And also, indeed, the Council, we look forward to sharing this initiative with much support from our members, and we also sharing this initiative with ASEAN ministers at their meeting in Hanoi next month. So I think that GCEL programs can help both Vietnam and the whole ASEAN region seize their economic potential in powerful new ways. I can name 4 of them. First is by lowering the cost of trade. So as you may know that ASEAN, we move towards the 3 kinds of communities. The first one is ASEAN Security Community. The second one is ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. And the last one is ASEAN Economic Community. And regarding the ASEAN Economic Community, we're talking about only tariff reduction scheme in ASEAN. But according to my opinion, in terms of trading costs or business costs, the tariff just make a very little part in cost of doing business. But I think the major part of trading costs and business costs in ASEAN, in doing business in ASEAN, I guess that it belongs to the logistics. So initiative of GCEL would be very, very, how can I say, complementary and very useful for reducing the trading costs and business costs in doing business in ASEAN. So I think that, I believe that the most benefits if we work with the GCEL is that we can lower the cost of trade in ASEAN of our business. And our countries will attract more investment and spur economic development, while Singapore remains a beacon of efficiency. The cost of trade remains high in many ASEAN countries. GCEL program offers the best solution we have seen to make all of us more efficient. This will eliminate logistics as a choke point for development and make our labor force an even more attractive foundation for new investment. In the end, it means more competitive businesses and more new companies and also more new jobs, as mentioned by Dr. Mark. And second thing, I do believe it would be beneficial for ASEAN businesses is that ASEAN long-standing vision of economic integration is founded on expanding trade and investment. GCEL's electronic pipelines for trade and commerce provides the effect vehicle for achieving this vision. In short, this initiative aligns with our commitment to more economic integration. And third, ASEAN has committed to building a regional single window to ensure that trade flows easily and quickly across our borders. And this initiative represents a priority for ASEAN, and the GCEL initiative provides us a good platform to realize this vision. And last one is that in my country and throughout ASEAN, small and medium-sized enterprises play a huge role in driving economic growth, and GCEL program will provide them with smart tools to drive down costs, connect with global markets, and become more bankable. Because I think that the initiative of GCEL is a combination of not only logistics but also of insurance and banks, cooperation, and the likes. And it adds up to more competitive, more profitable businesses. And that means wealth creation and job and very foundation of economic progress. And also, I guess we can mention maybe we work with GCEL. This initiative would create a lot of things in terms of reducing a lot, not only cost but also timing as well. And here now, on behalf of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, we are also eager to see GCEL program start and we would like nothing more than to see Singapore and Vietnam and the whole ASEAN region become the first mover in the major leap forward in conducting trade. And when I look forward, I see enormous opportunities for businesses here in Singapore and across ASEAN region. And with GCEL initiative in place, I think that there is the opportunity for our region to provide lasting, leadership in East Asia and around the world. And with GCEL, we do believe that we can make our region more competitive and more efficient, and also in moving our region to the region of one vision, one identity, one community. And the community of ASEAN is not inward but also outward. So that's why we welcome any initiative not only coming from this region but also from outside the region, so that it can move our region forward for our brighter future. Because of that, thank you very, very much.